Welcome to this YouTube video on the movie Baby's Day Out. Released in 1994, this movie is a comedy-adventure film directed by Patrick Reed Johnson and written by John Hughes. The story revolves around a mischievous baby named Bink who gets kidnapped by three bumbling criminals. This movie has become a cult classic over the years, and we're excited to share its plot in detail with you today. Act I. The movie begins with a newspaper headline announcing the birth of a wealthy couple's son, Bink. Soon we see the family's home, where Bink is being taken care of by his nanny, Gilbertine. Bink's parents are overprotective, and they have installed several security measures in their home, including a security system and cameras. One day, three kidnappers, Eddie, Norby, and Vico, posing as photographers, visit the house to take Bink's pictures. Gilbertine allows them in, thinking they are legitimate photographers. However, the kidnappers have other plans and take Bink away, not realizing the trouble they're getting into. Act I. The kidnappers bring Bink to an abandoned warehouse where they plan to hold him for ransom. However, Bink is more than a handful for the criminals, who have no experience taking care of a baby. Bink outsmarts them at every turn, using his wits and resourcefulness to escape from their clutches. Meanwhile, Bink's parents and the police are searching for him, but they have no idea where to look. As the kidnappers struggle to keep up with Bink, they eventually split up, with Eddie and Norby chasing Bink through the city, while Vico remains behind to negotiate with Bink's parents. Along the way, Bink causes chaos and mayhem, much to the amusement of the people he encounters. Eddie and Norby are hot on Bink's trail, but keep getting thwarted by the baby's antics. They chase him through a construction site, a park, and a zoo. Bink even manages to escape from them by disguising himself as a monkey and climbing a tree. Meanwhile, Vico, who is getting frustrated with Bink's parents' unwillingness to pay the ransom, decides to take matters into his own hands. Act I. Bink, who has managed to evade Eddie and Norby, finds himself wandering the streets of Chicago. He ends up in a department store where he causes havoc and becomes the subject of a citywide manhunt. The department store scene is one of the movie's most iconic moments, where Bink causes chaos by crawling around the store, knocking over displays, and getting into a scuffle with a security guard. The scene is both hilarious and heartwarming, as the other shoppers in the store take a liking to Bink and try to help him out. Meanwhile, Vico kidnaps Bink's parents and holds them hostage in a dingy apartment. He threatens to harm them unless he gets the ransom money. Bink, who has escaped from the department store, sets out to rescue his parents. He enlists the help of a friendly bus driver who takes him to Vico's hideout. Act IV. In the final act, Bink uses his ingenuity to outsmart Vico and his henchmen, freeing his parents from their captivity. Eddie and Norby, who have been arrested by